Good morning, everyone. This is Ben, and thank you for joining us on the SEMPER GUMBIE channel. Today, we're going to be checking out some of the loadout gear that I carry in my vehicle, which is my truck, and I'll show you what kind of equipment and stuff that I roll around with, and hopefully that'll give you guys some of the ideas that you can put in your vehicle. And everything I've got in my truck is what works best for me. You might find it different, or you may customize your vehicle for what best suits your needs. All right, well, let's check out what we got in my rig. So we're gonna go ahead and start from the top and work our way down. The first thing I want to show you is my rifle rack that I have on the top of my roof here. It is actually no bolts drilled. It uses pressure on both ends of the B-pillar to expand, and bolts are actually secures in place with no bolts. But I usually carry a rifle with me. This rack accepts and holds 2 rifles. So it is out of the way. It does not hit your head. You still got a lot of head space in there. In fact, a buddy of mine who is 6'3" sat in there in the seat yesterday, and I put a couple of the rifles in, and he had plenty of clearance between his head and the rifle. The rifle stays securely in place with a Seek type bracket with Velcro, and it's easy to deploy or put away. I've not had any problems with it falling out, rattling, or anything like that. And I've had this rack for about 10 years. I actually had it in my other Ram 1500, and it performed flawlessly. So it's a great way to keep your rifles off the ground or under your seat, and it's easily accessible if you need it. I want to show you is I carry the Mountain House Adventure Meals. A lot of people that do a lot of backpacking and want to travel light or camping, get these. You can pick them up at Walmart or any outdoor store, and I think they're about $9 now. But what I did in mine is I put them in a plastic Ziploc, and with that I included utensils, a fork, spoon, napkin, and got them separated that way. I usually carry about 3 with me, and this one's the chicken teriyaki, and let me see, it says with rice, green peas, carrots, pepper, onions. Sounds delicious. These are some really cool lanterns. I picked these up at Walmart, and they're about 200 lumens, and they have a white and red option. So at night, if you don't want to mess up with your night vision, you go with the red. And they're about $4 a piece. The drawback is they do take AAA batteries. So consider that if you do have items in your vehicle that you haven't used in a long time, it's always good to go test them out, check out the operation, and if they need batteries or not. I carry extra batteries with me, so that's not a problem. The next thing we have here is for safety. These are what we call power flares, and they're awesome. They are a round puck, look like a hockey puck, protective with a tough rubber. And I've dropped these before. I've ran them over, and they are very, very durable. They do have magnets on here where they can actually put on the vehicle or on the ground to prevent any kind of mishaps if you have to happen to have a stranded vehicle or something like that. But these are really durable, and they do take batteries. I think they're AAA batteries, and I've had these for about 2 years and haven't replaced the batteries yet. But these are awesome. Of course, I carry Paracord. This is $5.50 if I need to tie anything down. Extra napkins, chopsticks, forks. I carry a flashlight wand type in case I have to direct traffic, along with the flares. and a tool bag. And in this tool bag, I'll have extra fuses. I'll have my Clemson Tigers face mask, and in there black tape, some tools, screwdrivers, a bit set, and some wrenches. All right, many of you are asking, what is this? I tell you, this has saved my behind a couple times while driving. This is a pee bottle. You know, most people say they use a Gatorade bottle or a container, but this is made especially they're made for truckers, I believe, and basically you can open it up, male or female, and do your business. If you think you're going to fill this up more than, you know, you can always extend it and have more room to fill up, I guess. But this is awesome. I think I've just used this once while driving, but it's good to have. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. We've got a hat or cover, keep the sun out of your eyes. Some latex allergy-free gloves. We've got some regular gloves in here. You can get these at Harbor Freight for like $4. I bought like 3 sets, and I just keep them in my truck everywhere. Tape measure. The Grand Trunk, I'm not going to open this up, but this is a hammock. Okay, we're going to move around to the other side of the vehicle, and you can see what we got in here. Of course, I carry the Jackery portable battery. This is the 290. This is the small one I got, and I did a video on these, so check it out. These things are pretty awesome. They power a lot of stuff, and I'm really impressed of the performance of it. You don't have to get a Jackery model. They make several other different brands out there, like Blue Eddy, EcoFlow, just a bunch of different ones, but I recommend you getting one and carrying in your vehicle. Of course, the power cords for all that. And how many of you have a fire extinguisher in your vehicle? Let me tell you a quick side story on that. My buddy Mac and I were coming back from a camping trip in South Carolina at Lake Hartwell, and while we were driving, Mac saw a vehicle on the side of the road on fire, and the girl, or the driver of that vehicle, was frantically freaking out because she didn't have no way to put out the fire. If she had a fire extinguisher, that may have helped her, or at least put out the vehicle fire. So my buddy Mac went ahead and grabbed one out of the camper I was pulling and put the fire out. And the car was pretty much messed up, but it didn't burn to the ground. So these are good to have. And I think Mac still owes me a fire extinguisher. Okay, so let's move behind the seat and see what we got here. These are my seat organizers, and it still allows the person sitting in the back with enough room where it doesn't become cumbersome or restrict their movements to get in and out of the vehicle. So let's see, I've got a Kershaw ripstop knife. These ripstops are awesome because what they'll do is they'll deploy as soon as you take them out of the sheath. So you don't, once you take it out of the sheath, you don't have to keep flipping them over. Put them back in, push it back in, and they go right back into place. Again, all you do is deploy it, and you got your knife. Okay, next thing we got on here are my handheld radios. These are made by Motorola. They're not the real expensive ones. They're just have about a mile range. So if the vehicle behind me or the person next to me needs to get out, guide you around some obstacles, or just be away from each other and need to have communication, these Motorola talkabouts are pretty good. They have about 20 channels, I believe. Test, 1, 2, 3, test. So the batteries are still good, and I do at least a monthly check on these, and these come in handy, especially if, like I said, if you're having another vehicle behind you, you need to communicate without using your cell phones. Let's see. Next thing we got here is the emergency Divi Blanket. It says for outdoor use, survival use. So, you know, anybody with kind of hypothermia or wet and they need to get warm, these bivvies are awesome. I've never used one of these yet. Hopefully I'll never have to, but I carry them with me in case I need to. Okay. Let me see. Of course, we got gloves and more gloves. I like these because they reflect at night and they look like skeletons, but these are made by Grease Monkey, and I carry those. Oh, I got that. I do have some AAA batteries because some of the equipment I have in here have powered by batteries if they're not rechargeables. Got hand warmers, and these come in a packet of 2, and they give you about 10 hours of heat. I've used them before on patrol. Put them in my gloves, and they do make them for the boots in your feet. Okay, let's see. I do carry another firearm, a pistol, and this is my Glock 19. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Robbie Wheaton from Wheaton Arms in South Carolina. I've got his barrel and trigger, flat face trigger. These are the best flat base triggers or triggers for your Glock ever made, hands down. But I did do the slide release. I've also done the takedowns, pins and gold, and on the mag release, I don't think you can see here, but it was my sergeant insignias on here. But go check out Robbie Wheaton and at Wheaton Arms, some of the best upgrades for your Glock. So I carry that in my bag here. And in this pack here is just a quick first aid kit with some quit clots. What else in here? Some bandages, emergency bandages, some gauze, and some conforming gauze in there. But this is a smaller pack compared to the bigger bag that I got, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Okay, moving on. We're going to go ahead and get to my bag here. And in this bag, and I could carry them under the seats, all these items, but I like having them in a bag because if I move from vehicle to vehicle, I can take this with me. And of course, some Lysol wipes. Kills 99.9% or 99.999% of bacteria. I've got more hand warmers in here. Can never have enough of this in the winter. More Clorox wipes, and of course baby wipes. And yes, I don't have a baby, but this will save your butt, literally, along with other places that you need to clean up if you're stranded or not had a shower in a couple days. So these I've got the fragrance free because I don't want to walk around smell like baby powder. And of course, I did a video on these. This is the Noco jump pack, and basically if you're stranded, your battery's dead, these are the hot ticket. This will jump your battery, and of course it comes with a 12 volt cigarette lighter. And like I said, I carry that in this bag because I like to move my bag from vehicle to vehicle. This is kind of my all go-to bag. I do have a extension, 12-volt extension. I think this one 15 or 25 feet. 25 feet. So if I need to plug in something that is more than 25 feet from a cigarette lighter, I don't have to worry because I've got this extension. And what I use that mainly on is this piece of equipment here. And this right here is a portable air compressor. It's made by Pittsburgh, and basically you can plug it into your cigarette lighter, and one end goes into your valve stem, the other one goes into the compressor, and it'll pump right up. It'll handle up to 100 psi. I've used this before on a vehicle and got me home with a slow leak. And you could probably get these fairly cheap at Tractor Supply, or not Tractor Supply, but Harbor Freight. I have a larger one that I use for this truck because these are 35s and then take a little bit more air pressure to power these up. Okay, more allergy-free latex gloves, and I do have a safety vest if I got to get out in traffic and I don't want to get hit. But extra socks, extra t-shirt, extra underwear, I guess, and that's what I got in this bag right now. The thing we're gonna show you is my first aid bag. Okay, I did a video on this a couple weeks ago and what I had in there, so I won't go through the whole thing. I just want to show you what I carry in it. The reason why it's red, because it's different colors from every other piece of equipment I have, and it's easy for somebody to run and grab the red medical bag, or say grab the red bag, and they don't have to dig around for it. They know this is a medical kit, and it also has the medical symbol on there. Some of the PMI Halo occlusive seals. Got a couple of those in there. In fact, what I'm going to do is once we get up to about 500 subscribers, I'm going to give away some of these. We do a random drawing and do some free giveaways. Of course, I've got a defibrillator in here. Like I said, not everybody's going to carry a defibrillator, but I got one in here in case someone their heart stops and I need to bring them back and do something until EMS arrives. And of course, you know, your typical medication, aspirin, Benadryl, allergy stuff, headache medicine. Of course, the good old EpiPen. If someone has an allergic reaction, we got this. Blood sugar, rely on blood sugar test kits with lancets. I got a bottle of nitroglycerin in there. If someone tells me they're having some heart issues and they need their nitroglycerin, I have that here. And I've got this bag on Amazon for like 20 bucks. More Advil, and of course O2, finger O2 reader, hand sanitizer, Visine, and then some ice packs. These are great. You just break them and basically they're like frozen ice. They're good for anybody has some swollen hands, feet, or need some ice packs. These are great to have. I need to probably replace them soon. I've had this for a couple years. Of course, Ambumax. These have the check valves if you got to do CPR, breathing. The vehicle, not much left up front here because everything I have is in the back, but of course I've got my Garmin on here, mounted on a GOAT two mount plate there, which is really sturdy. And let me see what else we got up here. On the center console, of course, pins. I've got more Benadryl, an inhaler, of course, some Imodium, which is, well, we know what that's used for. You never know when you need some Imodium. Got my cell phone magnet holder here, and that's made by Copo, iCopo. So that's removable. Let's see. Got another firearm. This is my FN compact with the Holosun optic and a TLR 4, and that's held together with a magnet. Let's take that out and see what's in the drawer here. It's been a while since of course, keys for everything in the back, hand sanitizer. Got my USB connections here. Got a USB-C, and this is an adapter. So I'll just leave it in there so I don't lose it. And of course, the aux beam controller for my light bar grill, like both my cubes on each side, floodlights, amber lights. So that is pretty much it up front. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I had in my loadout and in my rig, and I hope that gives you guys some ideas what you guys can carry or what you should carry. And like I said, there's no right and wrong way to carry equipment in your vehicle, but I tell you what, it's nice to have these things if you ever had to use it. And it's always better to have it than not use it than to not have it and need to use it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and like, and you know, the more subscribers we get, we're going to do some giveaways here soon as I hit that mark, and we'll give away some really cool things to you guys. But until then, I want to thank you for joining us today, and like I said, subscribe and like. Be good to each other, and remember to be always Semper Gumby.